price of mistake. You don't take enough points to get yourself into a higher institution. Shame on your family. No proper education, no good job. The price of mistake is too high. No education in case of Steve Jobs, very bad. Too high, too expensive. No career, no good job, no opportunities, no future. The way he talked to people, you know, if you read his biography, a lot of movies and books being written about him, he was kind of an arrogant person, you know, a bit rude, very, bit arrogant, pushy, very pushy. So he divided people into enlightened ones and a very bad category, stupid, you would say. Right? So he would always try to identify people, saying, are you enlightened one? Are you on the same level? Can we talk? Can you understand? Are we on the same level of intellectual capacity and abilities? Do you understand my ideas? If yes, can we talk? If no, you know. Think of our society. Right? There's a big guy in power. He might not be very intellectual. So you say, sorry man, I can't talk to you. You're not on the same page. We're not on the same page. Go, you know, do whatever else things you have to do. Sorry. Do you think he'll like it? I don't think he'll like it. Do you think he will not react? And say, okay, well, there are all kinds of people in this country. Let's be tolerant. I think he will react. And react very badly. Okay, the way he clothes. You know, he always used to have his jeans and slackers, the Levi's jeans, and a shirt, or a t-shirt, no, it's not a
Sweater.
A sweater. So imagine a ball, a New Year's ball, and Akim, the Astana governor, Asmagabeto. You have all these businessmen, very, you know, attires and everything, tuxedos and everything. Beautiful ladies with all these gowns and everything. And all of a sudden comes out Steve Jobs. Oh, hello, stupid fucks. How are you doing? You know, jeans and sweater. You know, I'm not talking to you. You're too stupid. Sorry. You know, I'm talking to this guy. Do you think the governor will like it? Do you think next time he'll get an invitation to the ball? I don't think so. I think they'll make an explicit order. This guy never allowed. Forget about it. No. So if you put in a society with a big higher price of mistake, guys like Steve Jobs, innovators like Steve Jobs, guys with new ideas like Steve Jobs, they will become outcasts, social outcasts. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Price of mistake. So in a society where price of mistake is too high, you don't go to good school, bad for you. You don't have good scores on your unified national testing, very bad for you. Shame on your family. Shame on your relatives. Shame on your parents. Shame on you. Shame on you. You made a public quarrel with your boss during a very important meeting. Very bad. I don't think you'll have a good career in this company, son. I don't like you. You're a troublemaker. Why? Because I made my opinion public? Yes. Exactly. Because it's a wrong opinion. You have to disagree with it. Or keep it for yourself. Right? Do you think in a society with higher price of mistake, there will be a lot of innovators? What is the key to innovation? Making mistakes. Go against the rules. Think different. Be an iconoclast. You know, one of the nicknames, or not nicknames, one of the notions which stick to Steve Jobs was iconoclast. He always asked the question, why can't we do this? Well, because the California law prohibits of us, you know, having a car without a plate. I want to have a car with no plate. You know, he had this Mercedes, SLK Mercedes, with no plate. And he always asked, why can they have a car with no plate? Because it's against the law. But why? Well, because the law says so. Well, you know, I want to be different. So, when we talk about innovations, when we talk about new ideas, when we talk about startups, new businesses, something new, innovative like technologies, sometimes we forget to look into culture, into the values within the society. Right? And we think there is a problem with that as well. If you don't understand what are the, Engelhardt and Welzel they have a very good theory for that. So please read this book. We talk about modernization values. They talk about good values that help to foster modernization, that help to foster and push innovation. Hardworking people. You look at all the innovators, they are hard workers, they are fanatics. They're willing to work hours and hours, no sleep, no food, for their idea. Quick one. When our parents meet and talk about their children, what do they ask? How are your children? Did he get a good job? Which company or which agency, government agency, is being employed by? They never. You take Turkish family, you take Indian family, you take Chinese family, or any more merchant-based societies. What kind of business your son is opening? Is it a food, a restaurant? You see the difference? We put ourselves, the question we ask, you take the jokes, okay, I'll give you a couple of more examples. Jokes, Russian one. Знаешь, сверчок свой шесток. No need to jump higher, just sit and know your place. Қазақша. Көтере алмаған шоқпар не басына тиіп, не көтіне тиіп. Көтті қысқан. Любопытный Варваре на базаре носа оторвали. So it's within the culture, within the folklore, within the language, but the price of mistake is too high. You are better off with no innovations, no new ideas. Just follow the main road, follow the rules, stick to the rules, you're good. And price of mistake is too high. You see? So what we're trying to do right now, we're trying to run a national survey. We have become an official partners of World Values Survey, our institute right now. And we need a lot of interns. A lot of free labor force. No money asked. We would provide you with excellent experience. We'll write you a very good recommendation letter, free of charge. So if you are interested, we're running, starting from this year, we're an official partner of World Values Survey, and Kazakhstan will be on the map of World Values Survey from this year. And it is a very thorough questionnaire we're designing. Lots of, for example, I'll give you a couple of examples. Family, how important family for you? Friends, leisure time, holidays. And so it's a very, very thorough, very big questionnaires we're doing. And we're trying to map how values have changed with time within Kazakh society. Are we more traditional now? Do we have this modern, and we try, out of this very big picture, we will try to identify what are the proper modernization values, which might be rooted deep within our culture, within our tradition, within faith, religion as well. And we will come up with a set of recommendations to our governments as well to try to support and strengthen these modernization values. I think this is one of the important things that we need to do in order to modernize our society as well, economically, technically, technologically, and so on. That's it for now. Questions? Quick questions? Yeah. Yeah.
What is the line between modernization and westernization?
When you talk about westernization, you're talking about welcoming, accepting the Western values,
yes.
Open society,
Especially
democracy.
Especially not open society and democracy, but however moral values. Like,
Moral values.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
well,
you mentioned the increasing of
Engelhardt and Welzel, they argue in their book that since they both represent the Western society, for them it's the model society. And they argue that within Western civilization, Western culture, there are more modernization values than in Asian societies. or more so-called traditional side. Okay, not ancient, but traditional side. Because of the religion, for example. You know, most of the values come from religion. It's so funny, but not many people accept that. Moral, good and evil, bad, you know, theft, killing, whatever, they come from religion. Most of these values come from religion. Right. And they compare several religions as well, and they say the Christian, especially Protestant religion, has very good value framework for modernization. Discipline, hard work, salvation. You know the major difference between the Catholic Christianity and Protestant Christianity? You've heard about Reformation, 16th century, a German priest blames the Catholic Church, says, you were facilitators between God and man, which is not good. The transaction costs are too high. Your corruption. So he says, salvation of the man in his hands, not in the hands of church. His good deeds, hard works, his good deeds and hard work, he has to save himself. We're going into theology here, but it's important for this time. They say, aha. So look at this small Protestant country, Switzerland. Look at the Scandinavian countries, Finland, Sweden, Norway. America is very Protestant. There are some deep-rooted cultural things coming from Protestant religion, which is good for economy as well, or good for modernization. Hardworking, sell yourself. Have you watched this movie, Catch Me If You Can?
Yep.
What was the biggest example given by Dad of Leonardo DiCaprio? My dad used to say, I'm like a mouse which fell into milk. But I started running so fast, milk became butter, and I came out. So hard work. Okay, hard work will save myself. So that's a metaphor for salvation. It's in your hands. You have to save yourself. So, in case of Kazakhstan, we have very strange value framework, quite strange. We're not Asian, we're not East Asian. When people like Eduardo from Philippines or our friend from China, they come with children, they see Kazakhstan, they feel it's Asian, faces are Asian, but it's not true Asian. No, it's very different. Values, it's quite different. We've looked into it, our values, first assessment, our values is very much like a piece of cake is called Napoleon. You know this Russian Soviet called Napoleon. It has many layers, So right now the values framework in Pakistan is very much like this Napoleon cake. Many layers. There is some Kazakh tradition, Islamic culture, and deeply rooted. Then there's Soviet thing. I'll give you a quick example. Any of you have heard this song? What do you feel when you hear this song? We can run a social experiment with you. We'll show you your value structure. You'd see it's a complete mess. It is a complete mess. So what do you feel when you hear Sishe Morena, the sacred war? Do you have special feelings? Goosebumps? Right, something starts ticking here. Right? Why? It's been written in 1941. It has nothing to do with you. The Russian language. By a Russian composer who is dead, Alexandrov. It has no direct connection to you. When I put this song to my American friends, they listened. They never heard about this song. I never told them any context. Is it a funeral one? Because it sounds, something very sad, something very holistic, so I think it's a funeral one.
Because you were raised by Soviet parents.
Exactly. Now, have anybody watched this movie, Kazakh movie, Zhao Jurek Numbala? Yeah. Any special feelings? Strong, very strong special feelings. I had these, I'll tell you about experiments I did in this movie. So here we go, here's your cognitive heredity, here's your genetic memory. When you go into a room, when you go back to your village, to your grandparents, You enter the room and there's an older man reading Quran. What do you do? What's your reaction to it? What's your reaction to it? Somebody's reading Quran. Okay, you lower your voice. You cease talking at all. And you try to... why? You don't even understand what he's talking. You don't know Arabic. You're not religious. You're not practicing Muslim, to tell the truth, right? You don't pray 5 times a day. You're not a Muslim. But you have this hidden, intrinsic respect to Islam, right? It's intrinsic to you. Well, it's Islam. It's something special, holy. You should respect. You should respect it. Or you see Quran laying here. No, you can't lay here. Why? How do you know about that? And there are so many things in this layer of Napoleon cake we have as a modern clay hazard. So what my proposal is, why don't we do a social experiment with you? One day. We'll come and run the social experiment, and we'll show you your value structure. You'll see it's a complete mess. My goodness. And there's a Hollywood on top of that.
Sayasat,
Yeah.
why don't you come here regularly so you can have a Sayasat lecture series?
Yeah.
Do your experiments.
Well, we have one more question, and then I have to run.
Yeah, we are also ready to run.
Yeah.
Since you have been president of the GSC Center for International Programs, I had my personal interest. So, has there been any evaluations of outcomes of this program? I mean, were there evaluations as...
Oh, great. I know. We've done a very good research on Bolshak program. The outcomes, expectations, benefits, hidden, countable, uncountable benefits. We have it ready for you. Well, I'm ready to give it out to you. No problems. It has very good things nobody ever thought the Bolshak would bring. For example, social capital. Social capital. Nobody ever thought about social capital. Like, I know there's some Bolshak scholars right here. They've been abroad. They've met people. They made their personal networks. That's a very valuable network, social capital for Kazakhstan. Because they've been in top institutions in the world. LKY has people from Bhutan, Nepal, India, Australia, all top people. I met this Nepalese guy, who's it from Nepal? Bangladesh, royal advisor to the Prime Minister, future Prime Minister of Bangladesh, who is LKY graduate. Met him in China. Right, he was at a conference. And he said, oh, do you know Yermak Rakishov? I said, yeah, sure, I know him. He's a Bolshak. Oh, he's such a nice guy. I love his guy. You say hello to him. We've been in the same class.
Is this a girl or a boy?
No, it's a boy. It makes things worse, right? I mean, probably not. Oh my, come on. So this guy's going to become very soon maybe someone in top shot in Bangladesh government, PM, who knows, Prime Minister, Minister. So we have very valuable social capital. Can you count that? No. It will be important for the future of Kazakhstan. Very important. Very important. Because we're building a huge social network of our friends, at least people who know Kazakhstan, who have some personal affiliation to Kazakhstan, through Bolshak projects. Right? And many, many other things. It's a very good research. Okay. In fact, I have it with me right here. I always have something with me, but we'll mail it to you. Or add, what do we have? Someone who's responsible in this class, like Starosta, whatever.
Well, not in the class. Is there any material you want to do?
Yes, to all the students. So you were okay. She's the guy. She's the one. Good. Well, we are so sorry if we're so short of time. I think it's enough for brief introduction. We do some very interesting things, new things. Nobody does in the government, I'll tell you. Right, so what we're going to do, we'll invite you to our institute, okay? So you'll meet the staff. We have Almas here, is a graduate of Boston University. He was lucky enough to come to Kazakhstan before the Boston event. He's an economist by training. He's young, a very, very respected guy, very prominent. I'd like 6 years in Boston, economist. So we have our staff are all like, well, mostly Polish. You're not in Polish. So you'll meet our staff, and we will pass the things I promised today. Start with the book. If you read the book, this Engelhardt, it's very funny book. I mean, it's a very interesting book. You know, grasp your mind. It'll make you think differently. And second thing we do, we will run the social experiment. Okay, and we'll see your value structure, and we'll start from there. Aha. Here is me, a young Kazakh, a GSPP student. Here's my value structure. Aha. Where do I start from here? Do I have some values which will help me to become more competitive, more innovative, more helpful to my country? Are there some values which will actually stop and block me from doing so? If so, how do I do that? Okay, so that's so then. And I propose one more thing, to watch this movie collectively. I have the DVD ready. One more time. And we will try to depict, we'll try to write our feelings during watching this movie. What I felt and how it affected me. Because not that many people analyze that. I had an experiment. I have 5 friends of mine who are non-Kazakh speakers. All Kazakhs, but zero Kazakh. We call them asfalt together. Asfalt together. Well, so I brought them the Kazakh premiere of the movie. I bought them popcorn, I brought them Coke, everything they wanted, free of charge. And I said, it's a good deal for you. You watch the movie for free, you have Coke and popcorn and everything. The only thing you do, you describe your feelings after the movie. Yeah, good deal, but no use. We don't understand a word of Kazakh. I said, this movie is going to speak to you not in language, normal language. It will speak to your subconsciousness. It will speak to your genetic memory. It will speak to your intrinsic values, which might be hidden and you might not know about it. Right? So, 3 of these guys cried. 2 are very macho men. Cried. Nobody finished their popcorn. None of these 5 guys. And there was a moment in the movie when, Tulebi, there's this big military council, and Georgia Sutokasında they ask him, he's playing Tulebi, they ask Bata, right? Oh, look at Bata gördünüz. And there's big Wat Yohan, you can see the background, you can see all these famous actors, Ablecha Khan, all these bees and butters, right? And we're building Bata. So what happened to all these 5 guys? They raised their hands automatically. They never thought they would do that. So I didn't know any explanations from them after that. I was like,